Winning. It's a lot of fun, but unfortunately, the University of Kansas and the sport of football, they don't coincide with each other because the last 50 wins that KU has spanned over 16 and a half years. So, what do they naturally do? They make this bozo rank all 50 of them from worst to best. Oh, that's me. Okay. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Drew, better known as RockJack01, and in this video, I'm going to be ranking KU's last 50 football wins from worst to best. Here goes nothing. I just want to give you a quick heads up that some of these games will be grouped with others because of the significance of it, and there's going to be others that are just going to be just a standalone game itself. So there's that heads up. Let's get into the list. To begin this, we have a group of games that are simply under the branch of the FCS blowouts. Basically, KU won the games by 3 scores or more, and the teams that they faced off against were at the time FCS opponents. Number 50 versus Northern Colorado on September 5th, 2009, in which KU won the game 49-3. Number 49 versus Tennessee Tech on September 2nd, 2022, in which KU won 56-10. Next at number 48, the most recent game in the group, versus Lindenwood on August 29, 2024, which KU won 48-3. Number 47 versus Missouri State on September 1st, 2023, which KU beat the Bears 48-17. Next at number 46 versus Southeast Missouri State on September 2nd, 2017, which KU beat the Red Hawks 38-16. Now number 45 versus McNeese State on September 3rd, 2011, in which KU won 42-24. And the final member in this group, number 44, versus South Dakota on September 7th, 2013, in which KU won the game 31-14. The next group of games are titled the Group of 5 and Power 5 blowouts. Basically, it's the same as the FCS ones, except these are teams that were at the time Group of 5 or Power 5 teams. So to continue, number 43 versus Rutgers on September 15, 2018, in which KU thumped the Scarlet Knights 55-14. Number 42 on the road at Cincinnati on November 25th, 2023, in which KU won 49-16. Number 41 versus UCF on October 7th, 2023, in which KU won 51-22. Number 40 versus Duke on September 19, 2009, in which KU crushed the Blue Devils 44-16. Number 39, the most recent game in this group, versus Houston on October 19, 2024, in which KU won 42-14. Number 38, on the road at UTEP on September 12, 2009, in which KU won 34-7. Number 37 versus New Mexico State on September 25th, 2010, in which KU defeated the Aggies 42-16. And finally in this group, number 36 on the road at Houston on September 17th, 2022, in which KU beat the Cougars 48-30. The next group of games are under the banner of 1 to 2 score wins with no significance. Basically, these games are close games, 2 scores or less, but unfortunately, they don't have significant matter into big milestone victories. So, to continue, number 35 versus South Dakota State on September 1st, 2012, in which KU defeated the Jackrabbits 31-17. Next, number 34 versus Central Michigan on September 20th, 2014, in which KU won 24-10. Number 33 versus Illinois on September 8th, 2023, in which KU defeated the Fighting Illini 34-23. Number 32 versus Indiana State on August 31st, 2019, which KU won 24-17. Number 31 versus Southern Miss on September 26, 2009, in which KU won 35-28. Next to number 30, the most recent game in this group, on the road at Nevada on September 16, 2023, in which KU defeated the Wolfpack 31-24. And finally in this group, number 29 versus Southeast Missouri State on September 6, 2014, in which KU defeated the Red Hawks 34-28. And the final group of games are the weaker Iowa State wins. In the 16-and-a-half-year span, Kansas defeated Iowa State only 5 times. And these two are just the weaker ones out of the bunch because I think the other 3 are more significant. So to continue the list, number 28 versus Iowa State on October 10, 2009, in which KU barely won 41-36. That would be head coach Mark Mangino's last win at Kansas. And finally, number 27 versus Iowa State on November 8, 2014, in which KU won 34-14. That ended a 7-game Big 12 losing streak and is also the first win over Iowa State since 2009. Now I'm going to go over some games that have huge significance, and I'm going to go over them individually. Number 26 versus Rhode Island on September 3rd, 2016, in which KU beat the Rams in blowout fashion 55-6. People might be wondering why I have this on here, because it is a blowout, but it does have significance. It was KU's first win with David Beatty as head coach, and it also ended a 15-game losing streak. Number 25 versus Northern Illinois on September 10, 2011, in which KU squeaked out a 3-point win against the Huskies 45-42. KU was down late and scored the game-winning touchdown with 9 seconds left. Also, this would be the last time KU started a season 2-0 until 2022. Number 24 versus South Dakota on September 3rd, 2021, in which KU squeaked out a 3-point win 17-14. Down by 4 with less than 5 minutes to go, KU climbed all the way back and scored the game-winning touchdown with over a minute to go. This was KU's first win with Lance Leipold as head coach, and it also ended a 13-game losing streak. Number 23 versus Louisiana Tech on September 21st, 2013, in which KU squeaked out a win over the Bulldogs 13-10. Matthew Wyman kicked a game-winning 52-yard field goal as time expired to lift KU to victory. This win also ended a 22-game losing streak to FBS opponents. Number 22 versus BYU on September 23rd, 2023, in which KU defeated the Cougars 38-27. The first meeting between these two as Big 12 opponents featured 2 Jayhawk defensive scores. Also, this was the first time that Kansas won consecutive conference openers since the 2007 and 2008 seasons. Also, it was the first time that Kansas had consecutive 4-0 starts since the 1914 and 1915 seasons. Number 21, on the road at Central Michigan on September 8, 2018, in which KU defeated the Chippewas 31-7. 2 big streaks ended on this game despite the blowout. KU ended a 12-game losing streak to FBS opponents, as well as ending a 46-game losing streak away from Lawrence, Kansas. Number 20, on the road at Boston College on September 13, 2019, in which KU won the game 48-24. KU found themselves down, but they ended up shutting out the Eagles in the second half to pull out the victory. 2 streaks ended on this day. KU ended a 5-game losing streak away from home, and they also ended a 48-game losing streak away from home against FBS opponents. Number 19 versus Duke on September 24th, 2022, in which KU squeaked out a win over the Blue Devils 35-27. Both teams were going into the game undefeated, and this was KU's first sellout since 2019. Also, this was KU's first win over Duke since 2009, and it was the first time that Kansas started a season 4-0 for the first time since 2009. Number 18 versus Minnesota in the Insight Bowl on New Year's Eve 2008, in which KU defeated the Golden Gophers 42-21. Yeah, I know a big blowout here in the top 20 is kind of insane, but there's some significance. It would be back-to-back bowl wins for the Jayhawks, and it would be the first time that happened since 1995. Also, this would be KU's last bowl victory up until 2023. Number 17 versus TCU on October 27, 2018, in which KU squeaked out a 1-point win 27-26. This would be KU's last win with David Beatty as head coach, but it was a big one, as Kansas ended a 10-game Big 12 losing streak, and it was also KU's first win over the Horned Frogs since 1997. Number 16 versus West Virginia on November 16, 2013, in which KU defeated the Mountaineers 31-19. The score really doesn't say it all, as this game was a big blowout until late, as KU finally got a conference win. With the win, it ended a 7-game losing streak overall. It was KU's first win over West Virginia, and it also ended a 27-game losing streak to Big 12 opponents. Number 15 versus Iowa State on October 1st, 2022, in which KU defeated the Cyclones 14-11. A low-scoring affair on homecoming Saturday and 3 missed field goals by a freshman kicker, KU barely squeaked this one out. With the win, it was KU's first win on homecoming since 2019. It was KU's first victory over the Cyclones since 2014, and KU went 5-0 for the first time since 2009. Number 14 versus Colorado on November 6, 2010, in which KU defeated the Buffaloes 52-45. Man, this was one of the most improbable wins in KU history, as Kansas found themselves down 28 in the fourth quarter and came back and won. That ended some streaks that day, as Kansas ended a 4-game losing streak overall and an 11-game Big 12 losing streak. That 28-point deficit at the beginning of the fourth quarter is the largest fourth quarter comeback in school history. Number 13 versus Texas Tech on October 26, 2019, which KU won the game 37-34. Liam Jones kicked the game-winning field goal as time expired to lift KU to victory. With the win, it was KU's first victory on homecoming since 2009. It was also KU's first victory over Texas Tech since 2001, and it was also the first win over the Red Raiders in Lawrence. Number 12 versus number 17 Iowa State on November 11, 2024, in which KU defeated the Cyclones 45-36. A high-scoring affair that also featured Devin Neal becoming KU's all-time rushing leader in yards and touchdowns. The Jayhawks pulled off a major upset. With the win, it was KU's third straight victory over Iowa State, and it was also KU's first win over a ranked Iowa State team ever. Number 11, on the road at Iowa State on November 4th, 2023, in which KU defeated the Cyclones 28-21. This win was huge for KU. KU got back-to-back conference wins for the first time in what seems like forever. It was KU's first guaranteed winning season since 2008, and it was the first time that KU defeated Iowa State in Ames since 2008. Number 10 versus UNLV in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl on December 26, 2023, in which KU defeated the Runnin' Rebels 49-36. A lot of things happened on this day, including KU lifting a trophy. In this game, 2 Jayhawk wide receivers had 3 touchdowns, Luke Grimm and Lawrence Arnold. It'd be the first time that this happened in school history. Also, this was KU's first 9-win season since 2007, and it was KU's first bowl victory since 2008. Number 9, on the road at West Virginia on September 10th, 2022, in which KU defeated the Mountaineers in overtime 55-42. This was a big momentum shift for Kansas football. With the win, it was KU's first double-digit overtime win in school history, as well as the third in NCAA history. It was KU's first win over West Virginia since 2013, and it was the first win in Morgantown. This was also KU's first 2-0 start since 2011, and it was the first conference opening victory for the Hawks since 2009. Number 8 versus number 15 Georgia Tech on September 11, 2010, in which KU defeated the Yellow Jackets 28-25. After losing the home opener against North Dakota State 6-3, the Jayhawks came back with a vengeance and knocked off a top 15 team. With the win, it was KU's first with Turner Gill as head coach. It was KU's first win over a ranked opponent since 2008, and would be KU's last victory over a ranked opponent until 2022. Number 7. On the road at number 6 BYU on November 16, 2024, in which KU won the game 17-13. Lightning struck twice for KU, as this was the second time that Kansas beat a ranked opponent. It'd be the third straight victory over BYU. It was the first win over a ranked opponent on the road since 2007, and Kansas had back-to-back ranked victories for the first time in school history. Number 6 versus number 16 Colorado on November 23, 2024, in which KU defeated the Buffaloes 37-21. Well, lightning would strike a third time for this Jayhawk squad, as they would pull off yet another upset over a top 25 team. With the victory, it was KU's first win over a ranked Colorado team since 1998. This would be the third straight victory over a ranked opponent for the first time in school history, and Kansas would be the first FBS team who has a losing record to win 3 straight games over ranked teams. Number 5 versus Texas on November 19, 2016, in which KU defeated the Longhorns in overtime 24-21. Okay, some of you might think this is very high, but hear me out. Texas was up late in the fourth quarter. KU came back to tie it. KU forced a Texas turnover in the first possession of overtime, and Matthew Wyman kicked the game-winning field goal. With the win, Kansas ended an 11-game losing streak to Big 12 opponents. It was KU's first win over the Longhorns as Big 12 opponents, and this would be KU's first win over Texas since 1938. Number 4 versus number 18 Oklahoma State on November 5th, 2022, in which KU defeated the Cowboys 37-16. This was a dominant win for Kansas, and it had so many historical events that it had to be in the top 5. With the win, it was KU's first win over a ranked team since 2010. It was KU's first win over Oklahoma State since 2007, and the first against the Cowboys in Lawrence since 1994. And with the win, Kansas became bowl eligible for the first time since 2008. Number 3, on the road at Texas on November 13th, 2021, in which KU defeated the Longhorns in overtime 57-56. I mean, this was the game that basically solidified Jalen Daniels as the starting quarterback for about 3 years now, and Jared Casey became a household name in the state of Kansas. With the win, KU ended an 8-game overall losing streak, an 18-game Big 12 losing streak. They also ended a 56-game Big 12 road losing streak. It was KU's first win over the Longhorns since 2016, and it was KU's first win over Texas in the city of Austin. Number 2 versus number 6 Oklahoma on October 28, 2023, in which KU defeated the Sooners 38-33. After a long rain delay, this game went back and forth throughout, and Kansas squeaked out a victory over the undefeated Sooners. With the win, Kansas became bowl eligible for the second straight season. It was KU's first win over Oklahoma since 1997. It was KU's first win over a top 10 team since 2007. And it was KU's first win over a top 10 team at home since 1984. And finally, number 1 versus number 12 Missouri on November 29, 2008, in which KU defeated the Tigers 40-37. Man, this should be pretty obvious. KU was down late. Todd Reason connected with Kerry Meyer to give KU the lead with under a minute to go. Missouri had a chance to tie the game with a long field goal, and it sailed wide. Man, those were good old times. With the win, it was KU's first win over Missouri since 2005. It would be the first win over a ranked Mizzou team since 1983, and at the time, this would be KU's last conference-ranked win until 2022. Okay, that's going to do it for the video. Let me know if these were pretty accurate or these flat out sucked in the comments below. Also, don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe, and push that notification bell, and tell your friends about these videos, and I should see you again when the next one comes out. But until then, have a good day, never ever bring exotic dancers to the field house, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.